Welcome, everyone, to a brand new Skyrim adventure. This is Bloodline, a Skyrim tale. If you are new to the channel, first off, welcome. Glad to have you. If you are not new to the channel and possibly have some questions about what's going on, who this is, where we are, is this part of the story we've been telling for forever? I will tell you this much. This story takes place long after all of the, well, basically where we left off with Death Wish. It is in the same universe, 100% in the same universe, but it's long after that. Times have come and gone, things have come and gone, and all of that stuff. But it does take place in the same universe. Now, as far as who we are, for those of you playing along at home, our character here is... Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? This is Hagar, Nightmare of Hair. It's supposed to be Hagar, the Nightmare of Hair, but there's not enough in your character limit. And we're not starting off at level 1. In fact, I have a perk to increase. Might as well do that. Hagar is a Breton, as you can see here. And if you haven't already noticed, for those of you who are used to the channel, I'm playing with mouse and keyboard just because I wanted to change some other stuff about the game too. I have never really played Skyrim with the mouse and keyboard, even though I've been playing on PC for forever now, it seems. I've always played with a controller. Now we're going keyboard. So, keeping score. We dabble in some magic, as you can see here, a little destruction. We dabble in a couple of other things, alteration, restoration, all that fun stuff. We like to rock some one-handed weaponry, some nice light armor, and that's I mean, we're pretty basic when it comes to that. I mean, yes, we'll do a little smithing and things of that nature, some enchanting, some alchemy. But yeah, that's, if you're playing along at home, like I said, this is where we're starting out. We're level 10, getting close to being level 11. Now, Hagar, let's talk to you about him. As I said, Breton. Grew up High Rock. And then, as a kid, was strictly just raised by his mother. He didn't know his father at all. His mother, for lack of a better word, was a prostitute where he grew up. He didn't know that, you know, being so young. He just knew he had a mother. As he grew up, mother died. At the funeral, a more scholarly individual came up to him and, you know, gave his condolences, of course. Told him, you know, he knew both of his parents and he would like to tell him more about his history if he didn't already knew, and we didn't. And so he took us in, told us a little bit, told us a lot, actually. And it seemed to kind of set us down a path that we didn't really want to go down. Kind of wanted to deny our lineage. We weren't too happy, at least with what this individual had told us, as far as who we are and where we actually came from. So growing up, Hagar, you know, got caught up with the wrong crowd. He was a mercenary for quite some time, did well at it. Eventually got out of the life got married, had a child, young daughter, and, you know, decided, oh, that was a blink in lighting, and decided that, you know, one day, after, you know, like I said, he got out of the life, settled down, married, daughter, he had a family, moved out and away from his home and, you know, what he's kind of looked to get away from for some time. One day he comes home to find his wife and child both murdered. Yeah, that's something that happens. And after putting both of them to rest, he is set out from High Rock, wandering Tamriel, trying to find the one responsible for it. He's along the way picked up bits and pieces of information. He thought it might be, you know, his old running buddies, his old mercenary crew, but none of them, you know, had anything to go by, no real information. In fact, he was, for lack of a better word, loved by his old crew, and they understood, hey, you want to get out of this? This isn't an old man's game that we're in. You know, go and live your life. There were no hard feelings when he left. So after, you know, reconnecting with them, asking around, he then set out across Tamriel, far and wide, and his adventure led him here to Skyrim. When he got to Skyrim, you know, wanting to seek more information, there's a bit of unrest in Skyrim. He's come across various factions fighting and feuding with one another. He doesn't really know much about it, but he's, you know, he needs money. He also needs resources, like people to talk to who may have more information than he does. And so, sorry about that. So we've taken up odd jobs. You know, hey, go find this, I'll pay you some gold. Those kinds of things. And that's what we've done so far to get to our level 10, where we're at, if you've been playing along. We haven't really done any major quests or anything like that. But apparently word of our errands has gotten out. And so we received a letter from Jarl Sidgeir of Falkreath. Hagar, Nightmare of Hair, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sidgeir, and I have the honor to be the Jarl of the proud and ancient city of Falkreath, which is we're outside of the gates of right now. Fame of your exploits across Skyrim has brought you to my attention, which we thought, hey, we're just running errands. I mean, I guess if Skyrim's looking for someone that does good for people, as long as they're getting paid, you know, if that's fame and exploits, then sure, we'll take it. If you're interested in becoming a Thane of Falkreath Hold, I invite you to speak to me the next time you're in Falkreath. Aside from the honor that accrues to the title, my Thanes are entitled to a personal housecarl. I can also tell you privately that a choice parcel of land in Falkreath will be available for your purchase should your services prove useful to me. I look forward to meeting you in person. I remain Jarl Sidgeir of Falkreath. So, we thought to ourselves, you know, hey, get in good with some local townspeople, potentially. Also potentially make some coin. We don't know if we're really interested in having a house, you know, because we don't want to try to settle down in a place if we don't know if our path of revenge is going to end. We don't want to, we got a house we have to worry about, and so we're not sure about that, but making some good connections, that would be a useful idea. And so that's where we're going to start this story today. But before we get started, as always, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. All right. Just outside of So, we're looking for a jarl. This appears to be, you know, rather large house. Some banners on the outside. Some guards. This may or may not be the place, so we'll just set up shop right there. We'll just come on in. See what the jarl has to say. At least hear the proposition out, you know. No real harm in that. Feeling a bit thirsty as well. Okay.
I'm the steward here. I serve under Jarl Siggeir and Jarl Dengeir before him.
Sloppy today. Yes. What is it that you want?
Sir, I got your letter. I'm Hagar, Nightmare of Hair.
Ah, it's you. Yes. Well, now we'll see if the stories about you are true. There's a group of bandits in my hold that I may have had a few discreet dealings with. The cut they were giving me was good at first, but now it's time to clean things up. Go and take care of it.
Okay. I mean, as we've been in Skyrim, some of the things we've done have involved clearing out bandits, so yeah, we can most certainly do that. Sure, it'll be done.
Good.
Okay. Well, Battle Gulch mine.
Execute every last bandit. Spare no one.
Spare no one. I think we can take care of that. All right. Bile Gulch mine. All right. Let's take a little look here. So that's a little ways away right here. So it looks like we got a little traveling up the road, across here, and then down here. So we're going to gather some food and drink before we head out. But this is where we're going. We got some bandits to kill, maybe a little gold to make. Let's find out. So coming along the road, we see a group of travelers and a rather large cat. You can definitely assist. Looks like everybody's okay. Alright. Well, I mean, this guy staggering to his feet just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of pelt might be useful. Okay. Get our horse back to us. Our trusty steed. Let's get back on the road. Now we got some bandits running up on us. Okay. Increase. Got this one with a bow shooting us quite far away. Alright, I think a little bit of healing will be in order. Else? I see our horse talking to somebody. Oh wait, no, that's someone else's horse. Talking to somebody. Okay. For a second I forgot who our horse was. Okay, oh, some food, definitely helpful. Let's see if there's anything else. Nope. see anybody else around here. That body. Oh, there you are. Okay, we're good. Okay. Simple enough. This is basically what we've been having to deal with since we've been in Skyrim. Raiding rooms of bandits and other things of that nature. And I mean, it's not something we're completely unfamiliar with. Unfamiliar with Skyrim, of course, but I mean, Hagar is. I'm not. Hagar. But we're getting rather close, actually, to the destination. Looks like there might be a path. Might be. Or maybe potentially I could have gone another way. Alright, we'll just stick with it. We'll get off of the road and maybe see if there's some back way to get in to this bandit location. Deer, okay. Interesting little patch of area right there. It looks like almost like a path. Seem to have harvested it a little bit, but no problem. We're a little hungry anyway, so knock out a couple of potatoes. Possibly something back this way. Let's do a bit of exploring. Yeah, so maybe if we go around this little rock area, there may be a path right in between here. Alright, so we'll do that. Just come on around. Alright, now we got a slight opening. Don't really see anything. Yeah, here we go. Here's the path that the map indicated. Mr. Fox, hello. Okay. For the sake of strategy and not doing anything dumb. Yeah, so there I can see what appears to be some walls. A little something right there. Oh. Okay, so far just one. Let's keep a lookout, see if there are any others. One not happy with our presence. That's fine. Okay. Don't know if anybody heard that. Let's just walk nice and slow. Have a little look around. Nothing happening there. Okay. Alright, so before we go in, yes, indeed, we will level up. I could hear something in there. I mean, the Jarl did say to kill everybody, so just real quick. Let's do this. I think putting a smidgen. Let's go stamina for this. We're doing a not quite even spread amongst these, but we are using magic. We are using swords, which each swing does use stamina. And of course, we're, in fights. We're not sneaking. We're not fighting from a distance or anything like that. For the most part. But yeah, not an even spread, but, mostly back and forth between these two and then a little bit into there. So, as far as what we're going to put this into, let's examine destruction. So, Hagar is only using fire when it comes to destruction. So we're good on that. Restoration we do use a little bit. We have alteration as well, so if we need to, armor up a little bit, we can. Enchanting, how are we looking here? Scrolls 2% more powerful and 4% longer. Okay. Death blows with enchanted weapons to creatures, but not people. Trap. That could be interesting. Some smithing. That's that dwarven autocannon. We need to definitely work on smithing a bit. Might help in that. Come on over to our one-handed. Strictly going to use just swords. Put one in there. See how our light armor's doing. Annoying mosquitoes. No thanks. Sprinting. Can I be staggered? And take 50% less damage from power attacks. Light armor fit, we're good on there. Iron fist is just unarmed damage. Okay, so we don't really need anything in that. A lot of this we can skip. Speech, though. We do like to influence those. We also dabble in illusion as well. Now that we dabble in a lot of the magics, except for conjuration. Conjuration is one that Hagar has no interest in. That could work. Alchemy, illusion. Yeah, we'll do that. Speaking of, so yeah, that's that particular one. Illusion spells cost 35% less magicka. Illusion spells last 0.5% longer per level of illusion, and mind-affecting illusion spells, Calm, Fear, Frenzy, Rally, are 0.1 points stronger per level of illusion. Okay. So, a bit of backstory. During Hagar's time with the Scholar, that's where he kind of fine-tuned some of his magic abilities. Is innate. He just seemed to have kind of a natural knack for it. The Scholar definitely helped him, with that. Also helped him get trained up in a little bit of fighting, but then again, being a mercenary, will definitely help there. Alright. Let's just be on the ready. Stamina, leather strips. I'll take those. Don't really deal with archery. Not really our thing. Somebody. Hi there. I've been sent here to kill you. Oh, I pressed the wrong thing. Our enchanted sword, Shockmore, it's a Falmer sword with a, shock enchantment. Picked that up not too long ago, actually. Let's see what you got. Boosh. Yeah, we'll take that. Yep. Takes a little getting used to that playing mouse and keyboard. Hut. Okay. What do we got here? Oh, and also, something I forgot to show. We have the Atronach Stone currently. And of course, with mods makes it different. If you have Magicka remaining, spells are 25% more effective and cost 50% less Magicka. But Magicka does not regenerate. Each death within 50 feet restores Magicka equal to 20 times their level. So, that's our stone that we've got currently. So we can't use magic potions. We don't just automatically regenerate Magicka. We gotta kill in order to regen Magicka. And we plan on doing some killing. That's, why we're here to begin with. Gauntles. Okay. So. Kill the leader of the mine. Alright. Let us head inside. Got a little coffee there. Okay. Who's somebody talking? What do we have here? Oh. Okay, so it's a little to the right. Boosh. I could fetch a good price. But... well, it could fetch a good price, but it also could help us as well. So if I were to do this, maybe we can leave something. Maybe we could leave just a little something behind. I mean, obviously that's not gonna work. Okay. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. Thinking disenchant that.
Told him just to hand over the gold. Did he listen? Oh no.
Yeah. Where's that raw? Let's drop that.
Always have to fight back.
Oh, and the other beef as well. No. Well, I'm actually gonna eat it.
You picked a bad time to get lost, Red.
Alright, there's the bandit chief. We'll take that. Burning. Should be cool. Who was he talking to? There's more bandits. Can't just leave them here. Alright. A little bit of smithing knowledge. I guess he was talking to himself? Okay. Fine by us. You do you. Just... okay. Just so we can see a bit better. Working our way through. I do want to check out that other location that's outside. Yeah, so this little mine. Not much happening. So let's just come back down here. Over to here. Let's see what we got. Oh. I picked up a mine key, not a tower key. Okay. Well, That's okay. So, we're going to hop back on our horse, head back to Falkreath, and we'll see you there. Okay, so we made it back to Falkreath. Long day of riding. Looks like it's a little late, you know, so we don't want to bother the Jarl at this time. So we're just going to come into the Dead Man's Drink and get ourselves a drink, some food, and, you know, a nice bed for the evening. We'll speak to the Jarl first thing in the morning.
Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
Okay.
Be quick about it.
You.
Welcome to Dead Man's Drink.
So, what have we got for sale?
Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
I don't want you talking to the lady in black.
Okay, so let's see what we've got in the way of some garlic bread. Don't worry, we'll definitely eat. Just look at the foods. A nice venison chop would be good. Okay, I'm gonna get a refill of my water skins.
Why not?
Of course.
He's nice.
You'll know when you're older.
All right, and we'd also like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Thank you.
I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Thank you. Now, before we do that, have a nice drink. We're over by just a bit. Let's do this real quick. Bit of that, and I think I've been doing a bit of smithing, so I've got a lot of stuff there. We'll just drop off. There. Little extra payment.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Thank you.
Hey, gossip, bring me a drink.
Okay, so we're going to get a bit of sleep, like I said. First thing in the morning, go speak to the Jarl. And a good morning. Made our way, or not made our way, we slept through the night. Had ourselves a little bit of food.
Excuse me, sir. I don't normally do this, but, have you got a moment to talk?
Okay. Trying to flirt with me?
Flirt? No, that wasn't my intention. Not at all. I just meant I have a proposition for you.
Well, that sounds like flirting to me.
No, not that kind of proposition. I meant I'd like to do business with you. Not like that. Can we start again?
Sure. Hello there. What's your name?
Oh, thank the divines. Right, let's have another go. My name is Lucien Flavius. I'm a scientist, philosopher, amateur wizard, and something of a musician, though I suppose that's more of a hobby. I couldn't help noticing that you seem... how can I put this? Well acquainted with the less savory side of Skyrim?
Well, yeah, we've definitely seen a thing or two. Before we... Let's actually sit next to you.
This is a local
Have a
favorite
proper
of-
conversation.
Oh, it's you again.
Oh,
I don't suppose you've changed your mind.
Yes,
well,
Mom.
now you're getting up, I'm getting up.
You want a drink? Good day.
Excuse me there. So, tell me again what you wanted?
All right then. My name is Lucien Flavius. I'm a scientist, philosopher, amateur wizard, and something of a musician, though I suppose that's more of a hobby. I couldn't help noticing that you seem... how can I put this? Well acquainted with the less savory side of Skyrim?
Yeah, we've seen some things or two. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, we used to be a mercenary. Our wife and daughter were murdered. We've been chasing their killer all across Tamriel. So yeah, we've definitely seen a thing or two. You need help with something?
As a matter of fact, I do. I'm here in Skyrim on an expedition, academic mainly. I find the province simply fascinating. The flora, the fauna, the ruins, both Dwemer and Nordic, the architecture, the politics. Trouble is, I'm really not much of a fighter. I know a few spells and can just about swing a sword, but beyond that, I'm pretty useless in combat. Skyrim's no place for a milk drinker like me. Not on my own, anyway. So, I'm looking for someone to travel with.
Okay. We like this guy. Something about him. And it does get rather boring on the road, and there's that mercenary side of us that, you know, well, if he happens to die, then he happens to die. But there's also, as I said before, the mercenaries that we ran with, you know, it was like a brotherhood. We were tight. So, Annie reminds us of our little brother. What happened to that little brother, you say? Well, he was killed, of course. No, I'm just kidding. There is no little brother. That would just be, oh, of course, this person knows and it gets associated with dies. Anyway, but yeah, you know, some companionship along the road. Maybe make things a little, you know, less of a slog. All right, go on.
I suppose what I'm asking is, would you awfully mind if I tag along? I will of course compensate you most handsomely for putting up with me.
Now you're speaking our language. All right, how much are we talking?
Oh, shall we say 300 septims up front? After that, I'll top you up every time we come across something useful to my research. At your discretion, of course. No obligations, save that you take me with you, and assist in keeping me alive wherever possible.
Okay. We can try to keep you alive. Sounds like a deal.
Oh, splendid. Here's your gold. This is going to be quite the adventure.
I'm Hagar, Nightmare of Hair, by the way.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Lead on.
And lead on.
Do you mind?
Calm down.
Oh, there once was a...
Okay. We have an appointment to keep. The jarl. I mean, of sorts, an appointment to keep. Alright, come on, Lucien. Let's loop you in on what we're involved in here. Okay. So you're all asleep?
Good to see you. Finally, someone useful is around. Yes? What is it that you want?
So, killed the leader of Bile Gulch Mine.
Teach them to stop paying me. Here, you deserve a reward for your service. You know what? I like you. You're not afraid to get your hands dirty. I hereby grant you permission to purchase property in Falkreath Hold. Talk to my steward if you're interested.
Okay. Well, is there anything else you need, my jarl?
There is room in my court for a new thane. It's an honorary title mainly, but there are a few perks someone like you could make use of. However, I could only grant the title to someone who is known throughout my hold. You help my people, and I'll make you my thane.
I'll tell you what, we'll consider it.
Come and see me again sometime. I might have some use for you.
Alright, thank you. So yes, we got the option to, you know, purchase some property. We could become a thane. But, you know, we have to go and help the people of the holds, which, you know, we're under no obligation to, of course. Let's have a little chat with Lucien.
Lucien Flavius, reporting for duty.
Before we head out and do anything, let's talk tactics.
Certainly.
Alright, let's talk about combat.
But of course.
let's have you fight as a mage. We can definitely, as someone who is a bit on the magical side ourselves, he says he knows some spells. Why not?
The flows of Aetherius shall be my arrows, and my bow shall be my hands. Or a staff, or something. The metaphor sort of breaks down there.
Indeed it does. Okay. Now, some more tactics.
Certainly.
Your spells.
Spells it is.
You can cast whatever you want.
Whatever you say. Certainly.
Stand still when I tell you to wait. Yeah.
Well, sorry for sitting down when I get the rare opportunity.
No, I'm just kidding.
Certainly.
Feel free to relax.
Oh, thanks. That's good to know. I'll do that.
Yeah. All right, let's ask him.
My brain is ready for picking.
So, Lucien, what brought you to Skyrim?
So many things. Culture, architecture, but most of all, the enormous Dwemer presence here. The technology the dwarves possessed all those years ago is miles beyond us, even today. The chance to study it in person, I just couldn't resist.
Well, you seem to be in luck, because one of the things we were tasked to do is go locate some cubes. We've located 2 out of 3. We learned that the third is on Solstheim, which we haven't been to. So 2 were here in Skyrim, another's in Solstheim. We haven't gone there yet. We'd like to do it, of course, make the extra gold. But that's another story for another time. So where are you from, Lucien?
Cyrodiil, though I suppose you could probably guess that. I grew up in the Imperial City, mostly with my nose in a book. My family own a small amount of property there, and they always encouraged me to pursue my interests. Namely, knowledge, in all its forms. I spent some time at the Arcane University, a couple of years at the archives of White Gold Tower, and I've studied at every academy in the city. But no amount of academic knowledge can compare to some practical experience. I'm done reading about the world. Now I want to see it.
Well, you are in luck. We can definitely help you there. Anywhere in particular you'd like to see?
Now that you mention it, I suppose there is. Somewhere here in Skyrim, there's a Dwemer ruin called Doomsbethar. I came across a text referring to it in my last few months at the Arcane University. Dwemerus is a fiddly language. Often the same words can have multiple meanings, but I'm fairly sure it translates loosely to bound ghosts. It piqued my curiosity. The use of soul gems in Dwemer automatons is well documented, but no one really knows much about their purpose or function. I thought perhaps this place of bound ghosts might be something to do with that. So I did some more research, but I just can't find the location. My father's looking into it for me while I'm here on my expedition. If he finds anything, he's going to let me know.
Tell me about your family. Let's just get to know you.
Oh, the Flaviuses are firmly rooted in the Imperial City. We've always had a strong sense of home. We're a tight-knit bunch, and we get on rather well most of the time. They worry, though, particularly about me. Gave them quite a shock when I told them about this expedition.
All right. So tell me about your father.
Davidicus is his name. He's an academic like me, always up to his elbows in old scrolls. He does a lot of consultancy work for the Imperial government. Hunts down relics for them, that sort of thing. I'd be lying if I said we always saw eye to eye, but I owe a lot to him, and he's very dear to me.
And your mother?
Captain Lyra of the Imperial Legion. She and I couldn't be more different, but she's always supported me in everything I've done. She fought against the Thalmor in the Great War. In fact, she was there for Lord Narafin's defeat at the Battle of the Red Ring. She retired to marry my father and raise me. But despite her career, she never tried to force me onto the same path. By the time I was old enough to hold a book, it was clear I was going to follow my father into the academic world. And she was delighted for me. I write to her fairly regularly. My father too. And while she worries, I think she's proud of me for doing this. I hope so, anyway.
I'm sure she is. Any siblings?
None. I was the proverbial apple of my parents' proverbial eyes. And yes, they spoiled me rotten. Sometimes I wonder what it would have been like to have had a brother or a sister. But then I wouldn't be quite who I am today. So I can't complain.
Okay.
All right then.
And let's see if there's anything else. Nope, we're good.
Let's get back to it.
Indeed. Think a little food, a little drink, and now that we have some time to think of it, let's... You know what? Let's see what the Jarl wants.
Yes? What is it that you want?
Okay. Anything else you need?
There is room in my...
Yes.
However, you help my people, and I'll make you my thane.
Okay, it'd be an honor.
On your way, then.
Assist the people
Come and
of
see me
Falkreath.
again sometime. I might have some use for you.
We just gotta assist 3 people. That doesn't sound like much in the way of adventure. Apologies, Lucien. But if we must assist, we must assist. Jarl apparently has some useful perks to it. So, let's hop upon our trusty steed and let's ride.
Look, a snowflake. Look, another snowflake.